Hi there, how you doing? So, Vauxhall Meriva A VXR. Bottom ball joint. Wheels going like this. Literally all over the place. I'll jack it up, show you what's what. Let's get started. My name's Carl, this is Waterside Workshop. So under here, you'll see a little cutout in your sill, little notch. No, actually I'm going to go on the floor today. Got a chassis rail in the middle of the floor, just use that. And pump her up. Right, I know this wheel's loose because I've checked it the other day, which is why I'm doing it. Watch this. How bad is that? Just making sure it's not moving anywhere else because it's quite a lot of movement. What I did check it out is definitely a bodged up bottom ball joint. Whew, right, I'm going to get the gun on it, get the wheel off. That's the locker. If you ain't got a gun, just use a wheel brace, whatever you got. So get outside, get your wheel off. Came off nice and easy, which is nice. Put that out of the way. Can't believe how bad that's moving. Oh, we've got a steering rack gator pretty much hanging off as well. Not even doing its job at all. It's like crumpled up on itself and pushed itself off. I'll have to forget that in a little while. What that needs is someone's tried to put a cable tie on it and keep it on, but it's not really been done very well. I really want a metal one on it and sort it out. Right, let's sort this craziness out. First of all, we're going to turn the wheels so we can see some bolts. I like to leave that in so I can move it around, but just put the window down and then we can just turn it when we need to. So what we got under there, let's get some lights so you can see and I can see. Looks like a 15-ish. The actual bottom nut ain't even done up. God, that ball joint is terrible. I've been doing this 35 years and I've never ever seen one do that before. Never ever seen one just all over the place. That is absolutely horrible. Right, I'll get some spanners, some tools, Tell you what sizes we got. We'll get it off. Just bring it in and show you what we're actually doing before I grab them. We're doing this bottom ball joint here. That's the movement. Look at the state of that. It don't get much worse than that. So 16 on both sides. We'll stick a ring spanner on the back. We'll stick a 16 socket on the front. We should better just blast it, depending on what's been done. Trouble is, someone's really bodged this up, and they're making it a pain for me to get it off. We put the wrong nut on the bottom. And I'm struggling to get something on it properly. There's a 16, but it's not standing on it nicely. I'm going to try a 15, but I don't think a 15 is enough. It's meant to be a 16, but because of the state of it, I've only got to get it off. It's not a case of I've got to look after it or anything. It's going to get replaced, but whoever done it just done a pig of a job of it. I don't really know what to do, because if I can't get it to start moving, that did go that time. I was going to say they normally go, but that one was just being a pig. And now it's just going to fall out. You what? Yep, did as well. State of that. It's all cross-threaded, it's all everything. It's a right mess. So I recommend when you do these yourself, I'll show you what I've got in the boot here. Got the whole kit. I've got the new joint and everything, but I've also got a new bolt, washer, pinch bolt for the bottom, because I know a lot of people bodge them up like that one and then you end up in trouble. Got all the nuts and bolts and stuff to come with it. New ball joint, but we ain't anywhere near that far yet. We've got the bolts out. We know the rubber on the ball joint don't matter, because that's going to get pulled off anyway, because the ball joint's coming off. So so the next thing to do is to get in there. I've zoomed you in so you can see what's going on. I've got a ball joint splitter, which you can buy from any sort of motor factors or whatever. This one's a Drapier one, does the job. Put it between the bottom arm and the hub. Tap it gently to get it going. And give it a few decent whacks. If it don't come out, step on it. No. You're basically just trying to separate the two panels. Don't normally take too much. We're nearly there. There we go. Woohoo! That ball joint is absolutely had it. Never ever seen one that bad before. That's literally just flopping around like there's nothing there. Crazy. So these are riveted on, so that's going to be a cut off jobby, which is a bit of a pain, but not too bad if you know what I mean. I'm going to switch these lights over because this one's going low. I'll keep you lit up under there. So what I'm going to have to do now is make some room. Move everything out of the way. Because we've got to get down here next. And grind off where the ball joint's connected. Shouldn't be too terrible. Should be able to get in there. Just grab a grinder. Yeah. Quick as that, lovely jubbly. They wear me eye goggles because we can't do them without them. I know where they are, they're around here. So we're going to want that down under there. Got goggles, we want something to lay on the floor with. So a bit of cardboard over here will do nicely. Light ourselves up from under there. Now, before anybody starts shouting, I am going to put an axle stand under. It was just getting to that point. Just in case they come down, but it's not very likely. And we don't want to find out though, do we? And then we get under with the grinder and we start cutting at them bottom bits. Now we ain't going to work if I don't plug myself in, are we? Now that's just one stud I've done then. I've got to do the middle one, I've got to do the other side. Now I won't make you watch me do that, but I'll get them done. And then I'll bring it back in underneath here and show you what I've done. And hopefully we'll be able to knock them through and start to wiggle a ball joint out. But they can be a pain. Sometimes you have to do all sorts of other stuff. So it's pretty much doing its normal, being a bit of a pain. They always are. I'm going to try and get a block of wood between the bottom arm and the shaft just to get a space. If I can. I can normally tap one of these in. What that does, that'll give you some access to this lot without having this in the way. And what you're trying to do now is get them pins to start moving. I've ground them out from underneath. You want them to come through now, it's the trouble. Use whatever you have to do to get them going. Preferably you want the piece of wood to stay in there. It's a bit soft as you can hear, but all you're trying to do now is crack the stud around the bottom so the pins will come out the top. So you have to keep checking to make sure they're moving. You might have to grind off just a little bit more to let them release. Normally you can get them to crack around the edges and then these will start moving. Oh, they're not a 5-minute job, I can tell you that much, but they're not too bad. Being a tight one. Piece of wood won't stay in and help me, will it? Don't want to know, does it? It's because it's gone all soft, which is a bit of a pain. But that's all I've got at the moment, so that's what I've got to use. Stay. Whew. God, they're a pain. The only other option is to grind them all out the top as well and then try and slide out from the middle, but I was hoping not to have to go that far. You normally get away with not doing that. but I'm going to get in there and do it because it's taking too long. It shouldn't really take that long, to be fair. Well, I say that. I've had some that took an hour, and I've had others that took 3 hours. Depends how much of a pain they want to be and how long they've been there. Got one moving, but one ain't enough. The other way to do this is take the arm off and do it as well, but I'm just trying to save myself a bit of work. I would take the arm off obviously if I was replacing the arm, but whew, this is how much of a pain they can be. You just have to keep cutting and hitting, cutting and hitting. Obviously being careful of your arm, you don't want to be grinding out too much of your arm, but they're pretty tough and pretty strong, so you should be okay. What I might do is put a cutting disc on and just cut the heads of the other two off, see if that goes better. So this one's particularly being a pain, so what I've done is I've put a strap around it, pulled everything forward like that, and striped it up underneath there on the engine mount, And now I can get to this one here. I've already ground out the middle one. You can see what we're trying to do. We're trying to basically get them so they've got no heads on them. And that releases, obviously, the ball joint. But it's a lot easier said than done sometimes. And this one's just being one of them. Your one might just grind off and come off lovely. I've had others that are ground down and been really good and no problem. And I've had others like this that are a real pain and take forever to get out. So I can see the shapes. Being a right pain, this one. Really doesn't want to know. I'm going to have to get a chisel in between the two bits. No, I can't find one of my big hefty chisels, so I'm going to have to use this. No, but do the job. Whew. Slowly getting between it, but it's being a pain. It's not the nicest. So you're going to want to watch me hammering away doing that all the time, but that's basically how you do it. And I'll keep going until I start to get them moving, and I'll show you. So about another 15 minutes later of grinding and knocking, we're out. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to free up the holes like that, and you end up with one of these all knocked down. That's what we were doing. We were cutting them studs off, but they go through top and bottom and through the arm. So they're not nice, but it's definitely achievable. And like I say, these are so thick, it doesn't matter if you grind into it a little bit. It's hardly even touching it, to be honest. That's going to make no difference to that whatsoever. Right, so let's get the new joint prepped and get that on, shall we? So obviously you're still working in the same place. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Got our new ball joint. We've got our nuts and bolts. Get it all undone and ready. It should be nut, washer bolt, nut, washer bolt. 3 times, yep, we've got that. And then there should be a ball joint in here. Just match it up to your other one, just make sure they're the same size, because if you get the wrong one, and it'll be a lot of hassle when you can't work out what's going on, sort of thing. And basically, you're pinning that there. That's handy, isn't it? Nice blue, go with the car. Don't put it on top, because it doesn't go on top. It goes underneath, like so. You'd think it'd go on top, wouldn't it? Did you think it'd... Look at the other one now. No. Pretty sure they go underneath. They do go underneath. There's no sure about it. They definitely do go underneath. And then your bolt go through. So you're basically going washer bolt. Washer bolt. Like so. And I've just done that backwards because I've just done it like I was going on top, and they're not, are they? What am I doing? They're going like that. Now they can go through. Not really with it at the moment. I've been pretty ill for about a week. I was stuck in bed for a while. I'm just trying to recover a little bit, to be honest. But people still need their cars to do stuff, so I'm trying to keep going. Nuts go on the bottom, obviously. They've already got a lock thread inside them, so they lock themselves up. So you don't need to put nothing like that on. Make sure the ones that you've bought have got a lock thread inside them. If they haven't, then you can buy some lock thread in little tubes. Definitely worth doing, because you don't want one of these coming loose when you basically do that and do these up. And then we're going to be lining up into here. And then we want our other new one, which is that one. And that will go through, and what that does, that sits down the side of there. Why, but the washer's locked itself in a weird position. I can't move it. Right. Yeah, and that basically stops it from pulling out once it's through the joint up the top there. So that's nice. A nice new one of them. That's what you want. And again, it's locked. So I'll get these done up, and then we'll look at lining that up to go into there and putting the other bolt through. This is the old one. This is probably what yours will be like. It'll probably have all horrible rounded teeth and strip threads and all sorts. Just not worth it. I mean, a couple of these are, I don't know, £6, something like that. It's not worth the effort. And there's safety reasons as well, obviously. Just put a decent one in. So I just looked back on the footage here and didn't realise the camera had moved. So basically, I'll just quickly run you through that again, because you couldn't see what I was doing. Nuts and bolts through the top. No, bolts through the top, and then a washer, nuts on the bottom. Make sure the joint goes on the bottom of here. And then just do them up. We're then going to sort this bit out. It's going to go up through there. We're going to put this through so it slides down the side of it like that, so it can't be pulled out. And that's how you lock that up. So I'll get them tightened up, and then we'll do the next bit. Hopefully you saw that time. So, I've done up all the bottom bolts. All the ones underneath there. All done up, and the one, put the big bolt back through. So it's going through both sides. And blasted it up as well. And everything is mega tight now. That won't move whatsoever. Which is nice. So, wheel back on, and that's that job out of the way. Lovely jubbly. Wasn't too bad, was it? weren't nice, but they never are. So just wiggle your wheel up and try and get your wheel nuts lined up again. Just wobble it around gently like that. You soon get them. And I always put me locker back in first, because that's longer and you've got a bit on the end of it and it just holds the wheel on for you basically. I'm just going to grab my gun. Don't do them up really tight to start with, just nip them all up and then do them all up together in a pattern that's not 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, on a circle sort of thing. Dot around a bit. Alright, this one I'll do up, you watch. Then I'll go over here. Little bit of a graty disc there. It's got a bit of stone or something on it. That'll soon disappear once we start taking it down the road. Right. So I'll end this one here because there's nothing else more for me to show you. Apart from away you go and drive it away. So hopefully I saved you a fair bit of money, because you know, there's a good bit of labour there. If you can do it yourself and you've got some tools and stuff, yeah, you should save yourself £300, which is quite nice. Whew, especially the way things are these days. Right, so thank you very much for watching. If you do like what I do, then have a look on the channel, because I've got more of this sort of stuff on all these sorts of vehicles. And I go through them like this. I do body work, bumper damage, I do split bumpers, I do stuff like this here. Do things that have been slightly hit down the sides or rear quarters pushed in. I do MOT work. We'll do full detailing, valeting inside, including taking the seats out and doing it all properly. We'll do headliners. You name it, I can pretty much do it. There's not much I can't do in the 35 years I've been doing it. And got a pretty good name for myself for doing the paintwork, or for doing it all really, and getting a nice finish and, you know, end result on the cars. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, have a look on the channel and you'll see all the cars that I've built. I say all, you'll see a handful of the cars that I build, because I have to do other stuff during the month as well as try and put a series up for you as well. But I like to do these how-tos because I save loads and loads of people a lot of time and money, and I get so many messages back saying, you've helped me out, you kept my car on the road, you fixed my car, thank you very much, thank you, etc, etc. That's really good. It's good to help people. Right, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon in another one, hopefully. Bye for now. If you're interested, hop on the old members. Cost you the price of a cup of coffee and helps the channel out. Bye for now.